Welcome to Reread. We are in the final book of the Galaxy of Fear series, book 12. It is called The Hunger. I was hungering for more novels after this. It starts off where Darth Vader has hired Boba Fett he put out a bounty on the kids in Hool, and Boba Fett goes, "That's not worth it to me. I'm taking on a much higher bounty right now." And Vader goes, "Yes, but you'll be taking this one first now." And Vader and Boba kind of have an agreement, so Boba agrees that he will go after Hool and the kids. And meanwhile, Hool has the kids on Nar Shaddaa, where a bounty hunter who sees Darth Vader's bounty tries to capture Hool and the kids, and of course they get out of it. And Hool's like, maybe Nar Shaddaa isn't a great place to have the kids? You're already wanted by the Empire. Why would you hang out in that sleazy place? It's like Gangster City over there. It's like, you know what, kids? Driving through Compton at night, not a good idea. So then they go to this other planet where DV9 is. Yes, DV9 makes one little cameo appearance where he kind of gives them a planet that is kind of totally obscure planet. The Empire doesn't even recognize it. It's kind of hidden from the galaxy, and it's a perfect place for Hool and the kids to hide. However, someone breaks in named Platt, and she steals the plans, that secret planet. But as the Empire is hot on her trail, the kids and Hool get mixed up with Platt, and they get on her ship together, and they go to the mysterious planet all together. She and Platt's crew as well, because we need someone to kill off. You see what's going on here? Now, in my opinion, John Whitman saved the best for last when it came to guest star appearances, because Platt O'Keefe, I don't even know if the average Star Wars EU fan would have realized it, but that is a character from West End Games, which just tells me that John Whitman, he read the EU. He was a fan of the EU. This guy didn't read the EU just to study it for these books. He was already a fan. He had already read all this stuff. He's probably playing the role-playing game too, and when he got the chance to write a book, he's like, yes! Because I don't see anyone who would say putting Platt O'Keefe in the book is a good idea, unless you are a hardcore EU fan, and I am saying that is exactly what John Whitman was, and that's why these books resonate so well with someone like me too, because I can appreciate all the connections he put in his Galaxy of Fear series. So Platt O'Keefe is, talking to the kids. They go to Dagobah, where they find there are some other children, and they're bone white because the sun doesn't shine there in the swamp forest, and they're really super thin. And Platt's like, we need to get out of here, but there's mud in her engines because when she landed, they kind of sunk into the swamp. They can get it out without the Force. They can get it out, but it's going to take a while to vent out the engines and of the swamp water and stuff like that. It's going to take, I don't know, I can't remember what they say, but they put a time limit on the adventure. Meanwhile, the kids who starve, they say we eat fungus and whatever we can find on this planet. They're slowly starting to eat as one of Platt O'Keefe's people who were on watch gets their head bitten off by a dragon snake. Suddenly the kids have something to eat. Yeah, you know where this is going. This gets pretty dark. They see a message from their parents who landed on Dagobah to do some research 40 years ago, and they got stranded on the planet, ran out of food. Their kids were crying, and they say, "Oh, Force forgive us, but we had to feed them." And the transmission goes dead. Obviously, they were feeding them, the researchers who were dying. So all these skinny, skeleton-looking children, they are cannibals, and they eat, people. And so one of Platt O'Keefe's people gets attacked by a spider, and they say, they told Zach. Zach has met Yoda, who the little creepy children call the Imp, and they don't like the Imp, But Zach gets to meet Yoda. And Yoda tells him that the spiders are friendly, that they'll leave you alone. They didn't know what you were. They thought you were food, but now they know they're not, and they're not even poisonous, so don't worry about them. But the kids tell Zach they were poisonous, and they had to lop off the guy's arm. And Zach's like, did he even bite his arm? He said, oh yes he did, it was poison, so we had to lop it off. Well, and they say, do you want some soup? Would you like some soup? And they give him an extra helping of sloppy meat. You're going, oh no, and every time Zach goes to lift it to his mouth, he decides to do something else. Well, as he's lifting it to his mouth, he sees the ring of this, one of Platt O'Keefe's people. It has a promise ring because he's going to get married, and the ring pops up in his soup. He's like, what's that doing in there? And someone goes, oh, I must have dropped it. I took it off his hand because I knew he'd probably want to keep it when he wakes up. and it probably just fell out of my pocket into the soup. Eat up. And then Platt O'Keefe and everyone come, and they're like, oh, Zach had jumped in the bowl of soup whenever, like, you wasted the meat, don't waste the meat. And when Platt goes, oh, wait, did we miss food? And said, yeah, but we'll get some more. And he said, your man is okay, we saved him, but he lost an arm and a leg. And Platt's like, oh no, oh, that sucks. Oh well. And they say, yeah, we're cooking some more stew right now. And Zach goes, wait, an arm and a leg? They chopped up his leg too. Yeah. So Zach finds out they are eating people, and captured in there when he sneaks into, I guess, the other side of camp and sees the kids cooking. You know, he sees a finger rise from the bowl. But I'm like, well, wait, when is his leg? So maybe it should have been a toe. I don't care. Either way, may have been left over from, they don't clean their pots. And I found that offensive. So anyway, while the cannibal kids are cooking up a drumstick of one of Platt O'Keefe's people, Zach looks and sees a captured Boba Fett that I guess they're going to eat just later. They were saving him for later. But Boba Fett had a fight, I think, with dragon snakes, and it knocked him unconscious. And that's how the kids were able to capture him. But of course, Zach frees him. Boba Fett doesn't care about that. He's still collecting the bounty from Zach, Tash, and Hool. But he escapes. The kids, you know, now know that Zach. They capture Zach. They're going to eat Zach too. You know, all heck's going to break loose. Tash has kind of wandered off into the swamp to visit with Yoda. Zach's upset because Tash has the Force, he doesn't, and he you know, feels he hates that. But Boba Fett and Zach escape together into the swamps. The kids follow them until they come across Yoda. They're scared. Boba Fett tries to zap Yoda because he's trying to collect the bounty, and Yoda is being kooky crazy and accidentally trips Boba Fett and sends him down into the cave where the dark side is. And he said, what's in there? Only what he takes with him, is what Yoda says. Yoda quotes a lot of Empire Strikes Back in this too. But anyway, the kids accidentally fall into the cave too. And Zach does as well. All of them fall into the cave. Boba Fett makes it out. Supposedly doesn't see a vision, but we don't know if he did or not, because he's not going to tell Zach what he saw. Zach and, well, the kids, the cannibal kids, see their parents, you know, basically sacrificing themselves to their children and turning them into cannibals, and they see the error of their ways, and so they come out of the cave kind of repentant. Zach is kind of lost because it's pitch blackness, but he hears Yoda's voice giving him advice on what to do, and he uses the Force to get out of the cave. He knows exactly where to go, even though he can't see. And this whole time he was jealous because Tash and Yoda got to hang out, but Tash goes, he didn't tell me anything about what it was like to be a Jedi. And Yoda's like, no, he said, I just took Tash and Hool with me so that you would know what you need to do, or, you know, and switch that around in Yoda talk. So basically, Zach has the Force too. So he's special too, like Tash. And you knew that was going to happen too. The kids ask if they're going to get trained as Jedi, and Yoda's like, not by me. He's like, I'm reserved to train someone else at a later time. You know, like I've already got a plan. Thanks, kids. Meanwhile, Boba Fett is waiting up on the planet because he's kind of lost track of him on the swamp. So he just goes up on the planet. He knows when the Shroud comes out, he's going to capture him. But then he gets a call from Vader that he wants him to hunt down the Millennium Falcon. Now, kind of this is maybe leading up to Empire Strikes Back. But he says, I want you to report to me. He's like, okay, so this could have happened. It maybe happened in between. Maybe Vader found out that Luke was on the Millennium Falcon or hanging out with Han, so maybe Luke is with the Millennium Falcon. Could be a billion reasons, but I think they were trying to leading up to Empire Strikes Back. Either way, because I had to pull this series back a little bit in the timeline, you could just say that, hey, it's one of those things where Vader's like trying to get anyone who can, you know, hire anyone who can get their mitts on Luke Skywalker. And at the end, the children and Hool ponder on joining the rebellion, but that is not, according to the lore, that is not what they do. I believe Hool takes the kids, they grow up on New Alderaan, and then they become part of Luke Skywalker's Jedi Academy students. And in my opinion, it's not official, but in my opinion, they were probably his second class. You know, second class of students that he ever had, because they had to happen real early, and they weren't in the first class. That's why I said they probably were part of his second class of students. Either way, overall, Galaxy of Fear is fantastic. It's a phenomenal series. Definitely worth your time. My hat's off to John Whitman. He should have written a lot more. than what he did. Scholastic should have given him a lot more jobs. He was obviously a fan, and he wrote one heck of a good series. Even though his hands were tied to make it so similar to a Goosebumps novel, I wish what would have happened if they would have loosed those strings, all these silly rules, Goosebumps rules, and had him write some good, even novel. I would have loved to have seen, because I really, really enjoyed this series. All right, folks, that's it for now. See you next time.